Raksha Rajya Mantri Sri Sanjay Seth, Secretary DMA and Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, Dr. Salini Rajni, Chief Secretary Government of Karnataka, Sri Sanjeev Kumar, Secretary Defence Production, Dr. Samir V. Kamath, Secretary DDR&D and Chairman DIDO, Dr. Samir Kumar Sinha, DG Acquisition, officers of Government of India or Government of Karnataka, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Ellarigu Namaskara. Friends, I am delighted to be present among all of you in this 15th edition of Aero India. I extend a warm welcome to all my friends from the international, national, regional, and the local media present here. I would like to express my special thanks to Government of Karnataka for their significant role in organizing this Aero India show. In every edition of Aero India, the way you have actively played your role is truly commendable. And I sincerely thank you all for that. It is because of our media friends that Aero India is not confined to just a specific region, but shines across different parts of the country and the world. I am confident that with your contributions, this edition of Aero India will receive even greater identity and acceptance. Friends, as you all know, Aero India is organized every 2 years, and each time this event brings with it new and advanced defense products, technologies, and innovations. It gives us a unique opportunity to closely witness our nation's defense capabilities, the potential of both public and private sectors, and the incredible talent of India. This time as well, we can expect to see remarkable advancement in all facets of defense production in India. Additionally, several new elements have been introduced in this edition, which I will discuss further. I believe that Aero India is not just a showcase of technology and innovation, but it also serves as a source of inspiration for our youth, fostering scientific temperament and a spirit of innovation. Friends, many times, Aero India feels like the Sangam era to me. As we all know, the Sangam era was the golden age of the great poets and writers. The literary works created during that time went on to inspire multiple generations. In the same way, I believe that Aero India will also inspire generations to come, leaving a lasting impact on the world of innovation and technology. Friends, we have all gathered here in Bengaluru for this great confluence. This is a city known for its innovation, not just Bengaluru, but the entire state of Karnataka has long been a hub of great minds of transformative leaders. The teachings of Karnataka's revered social reformer, Guru Basvanna, continue to inspire us even today. The land of Karnataka is also home to Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya, whose contributions to nation building, infrastructure development, and industrialization have left an indelible mark on India's history. Additionally, I would like to pay tribute to Bengaluru's visionary founder, Kempe Gowdaji. It was his foresight that laid the foundation for one of the world's most dynamic urban centers, which is Bengaluru. Friends, there are countless such great personalities who were born on this sacred land and have made immense contributions to India's development journey. Friends, I am delighted to share with you that today, India's aerospace industry is advancing at a rapid pace. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, we have galvanized the entire defense sector, especially the aerospace sector, like never before. Today, we are not only capable of designing and developing major platforms and equipment within India, but we have also successfully established a vast supply chain within the country. Advanced platforms like LCA Tejas, LCA Prachand, and C-2295 are now being produced in India. Additionally, we have taken a firm resolve to manufacture fifth-generation fighter aircraft within the country. These achievements, which once seemed unimaginable, are now turning into reality. Today, we have taken our missile development program to new heights. From the advanced variants of the Agni missile, the Astra missile system, and the Pinaka missile system, to the cutting-edge hypersonic missile system, and the Akash air defense system, we have built numerous success stories. These achievements have played a crucial role in strengthening our defense sector, making India more self-reliant and secure. Friends, as you all know, India's defense industry has been primarily driven by the Ordnance Safety Board and the defense public sector undertakings since the beginning. Their contributions have continuously strengthened our armed forces. Whenever necessary, the government has introduced reforms to enhance their efficiency. However, in the recent years, we have observed a growing role of technology in modern warfare. Not only has technology become more integral, but its lethality has also increased significantly. Keeping these evolving dynamics in mind, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, we took a crucial decision to corporatize the Ordnance Factory Boards. Following this corporatization, these newly formed companies have started performing exceptionally well in defense production. Friends, I am truly delighted to share with you that under a well-considered and well-developed plan, we have actively worked to empower the private sector in the defense and aerospace industry. I am happy to inform that we have achieved unprecedented success in this endeavor. Today, India has a thriving private defense industry that has firmly established itself and is making significant contributions to our national security. Friends, speaking about this Aero India event, I am delighted to share that this edition has exceeded all our expectations. This event features participation from over 900 exhibitors, including around 150 foreign exhibitors, with representatives from more than 90 countries. This grand gathering stands as a testament to the growing global confidence in India's aerospace and defense capabilities. Additionally, defense ministers or representatives from about 30 countries have come to participate in this event. The presence of air chiefs and secretaries from 43 countries further highlights the significance of this event, not just for India, but for the entire international defense community. Friends, Aero India is a crucial platform that drives towards our vision of a strong India, capable India, secure India, and a self-reliant India. Through Aero India, we are not just showcasing our defense capabilities, but also strengthening partnership and collaborations. Our goal here is to enhance collaboration in areas of common interest with our friendly countries, fostering deeper cooperation and shared progress. Friends, I would like to highlight a special feature of the India Pavilion at this event. On the one hand, we are showcasing our major defense firms and industry, while on the other, we are also bringing forward or innovative startups and MSMEs. This provides us with a unique opportunity to witness the progress of both these sectors. The participation of the global industrial leaders alongside numerous Indian firms will serve as a testament of India's growing technological prowess on the world stage. Friends, as India moves towards becoming an economic superpower, the role of the defense industrial sector is becoming even more crucial. Every achievement in the defense sector not only strengthens our national security, but also has a large-scale impact on the economy. The technologies developed for defense applications often go beyond just military use. They frequently lead to innovations in the civilian area as well. These advancements contribute to employment generation and accelerate economic development, making the defense sector a key driver of India's economic growth. I believe that the role of Aero India is not limited to just enhancing our aerospace capabilities. It is also a significant driver of economic strength, contributing to the overall growth and development of our country. Friends, when it comes to defense manufacturing, I am delighted to share that our domestic defense production has surpassed a record rupees 1,27,000 crore, and by the end of the 2025-26, we expect this figure to exceed rupees 1,60,000 crore. Additionally, our defense exports have also crossed a record rupees 21,000 crore, and by the end of 2025-26, we anticipate the figure to surpass rupees 30,000 crore. I am confident that this event will further accelerate our journey towards self-reliance in defense production. Friends, keeping these grand objectives in mind, the Aero India show has been meticulously designed and curated. Tomorrow, the event will begin with the inauguration, where ministerial delegations from around the world, senior officers from various air forces, and industry leaders will share the stage. This will be a truly unique assembly, bringing together top defense and aerospace stakeholders from across the globe. The presence of the defense ministers from multiple countries will further enhance the grandeur and the significance of this event. I urge my friends from the press and media to widely promote and highlight this event, both in India and across the world. Your coverage will play a crucial role in ensuring that Aero India reaches new heights of success and recognition on the global stage. Along with this, another significant event, the Defense Ministers' Conclave, will also be organized. The theme of this conclave is the bridge, building resilience through international defense and global engagement. This conclave will bring together defense leaders from around the world on a single platform to discuss the future of the aerospace and defense sectors, fostering global collaboration and strategic partnership. Following this, there will be a CEO's roundtable as well, with the theme of EDGE, which is enabling development through global engagement. This event will foster collaboration among industry leaders to promote innovation and growth in the aerospace and defense sector. Friends, you will be pleased to know that more than 100 industry leaders will be participating in this roundtable. This conclave will provide a unique and unparalleled opportunity for both global and Indian CEOs to drive business expansion and innovation in the defense and aerospace industry. Friends, Aero India is not only showcases our achievements to the world, but it also inspires future generations to dream big and reach new heights. This event is not just crucial for India's defense preparedness, but it also plays a pivotal role in shaping the future of our nation. Aero India is not just an exhibition. It is a platform that showcases the strength, resilience, and self-reliance of New India. Thanks to the efforts of our media friends, Aero India will not only reach every corner of our nation, but will also resonate across the world. The aerial displays, insightful discussions, and your balanced and positive coverage will serve as an inspiration for countless young minds. Your coverage will not just be about the reporting an event, it will become a source of motivation for the next generation. Through your efforts, countries across the globe will witness India's advancements in the defense sector, sparking curiosity and encouraging innovation. Your role in promoting Aero India will not only highlight India's aerospace and defense growth, but will also strengthen India's global image on the world stage. As the Defense Minister of India, I urge all our media friends to play a key role in showcasing India's progress on the global platform. I am fully confident that this year's Aero India will be remembered as a historic milestone in India's journey towards becoming a global leader in the aerospace and defense sector. Friends, when an event of this magnitude is organized, it is natural that many individuals and institutions contribute to its success. It is their hard work and dedication that make these events possible. From those managing the event to those ensuring cleanliness, from the fire brigade teams to the officials handling environment clearances, and from our police and the security personnel ensuring our safety, to everyone working tirelessly behind the scenes, each one of them plays a crucial role in making Aero India a grand success. I also extend my appreciation to the local authorities, civil administrations, police, and the state government, municipal bodies for their efforts. To all of you, I express my heartfelt gratitude for your dedication and commitment in making this event truly remarkable. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Government of Karnataka, the Ministry of Defense, the organizing team, and every individual who has contributed to making Aero India 2025 a reality. With best wishes for the success of this edition of Aero India, I conclude my remarks. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.